Hey folks, welcome back to Mental Groove. Today we've got another thought-provoking Kevin Samuels video on deck. Before we hit play, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll save all my commentary for the end. Let's dive right in.
I answer often.
I'm a little nervous.
That's all right. How old are you?
I am 30.
And are you a realtor?
I am.
Okay. Let me go ahead. So you're 30. All right. So the question is why? But do you have a question? What would you like to know? What would you like to talk about?
No, I do not have a question, and I will tell you I'm just tuning in today.
Okay. How long have you been watching my content?
Ooh, I have been watching your content for probably about 5 months.
Okay.
3 to 5 months.
Do me a favor, hold the phone steady. Your face is kind of cut off right there. Are you married? Are you single? What?
Dating.
So you're single?
I just recently got into a relationship, like within the
Okay,
past
so
30
the
days.
definitions, the actual definitions, if you're not married, you're single.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, I'm not married.
Okay, and it may sound a little basic, but because today we are so nuanced and we don't call things what they are, that's what holds us up a lot. So you're single, I'm single. You're single, I'm divorced. That means I've been married. Do you have any kids?
No.
Do you want to be married one day?
Yes.
I always ask this question. Why? Why would you like to be married?
For a few reasons. I think that, of course, some of the things that you mentioned make sense. I think it's just financially the realistic decision in our society.
Okay.
I think that I like just the structure of a household with both a man and a woman.
Okay.
Okay. I wouldn't want to raise children in a single parent household. And yeah, I think everybody needs companionship.
Okay. Do you want children?
Yes.
How many would you like to have?
3 would be nice.
And you're 30, how old are you?
Just turned 30 in July.
So you know that if you're 30, you better start getting moving if you want 3 kids.
Right. Yeah, right.
So the person you're dating, how long have you guys been seeing one another?
I've been seeing him for a few months.
Okay. And did you start dating him with intention? Like me, I'm an advocate of dating with intention. Meaning if you want to get married, you only date people who want what you want.
Yes.
So does he want to get married as well?
Yes, but he's been previously married and I have never been married.
Okay. Okay. So if he wants to be married, you want to be married, what kind of time frame did he say he would like to get married in?
He's been divorced for about 4 years, and he desires to get married soon. He's seeking a wife.
Well, okay, but what kind of time frame though?
I can't say, of course, since that's the man who does it, but we've had conversations about it.
This is where you ladies should really start paying attention. Mm-hmm. Dating, like when you start off, are you single or are you married? And you want to be in that gray area. Right here is where the problem happens. Mm-hmm. I asked you what his time frame is, and you told me he's divorced. Mm-hmm. That don't have a darn thing to do with the future. Okay. A man I know I have plenty of people who are divorced, who are engaged and married now. If you don't know what kind of time frame he would like to be married in, are you prepared to date him just open-endedly?
No.
Well, then you need to ask that question.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What if he said, oh yeah, I think you're cool and I could see myself marrying you, but I don't want to get married for at least for another 5 years?
No, I mean, like I mentioned, it's definitely been a conversation already.
Conversation how?
Really, honestly, it was just a sit down. It's been more than one conversation. And I think even like during the initial process, you know, I thought it was important to find out what his thoughts were on that. So we definitely discussed it, and he expressed that, you know, he felt like he would know within months whether or not somebody was white.
Right. Within months. Within months. So how many months?
I
I mean,
think
it's reason. I mean, these are. And here's the thing. I'm telling you, ladies, it's reasonable to ask these questions.
no,
Like,
I definitely have, and his response was about 3 months that he thinks a man would know.
yeah, that's about right. It takes about 3 months before you know. 3 months, 6 months at the latest.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys been dating for how long?
We've been dating for 3 months, and you know,
Then he should know.
exclusively, huh?
Then
Exclusively dating for a month though.
exclusively or not, he should still know.
Okay.
See, and this is, and I'm saying all these things so you ladies can understand that we have time, y'all don't. Meaning, you don't have any time to waste. So when I think about dating with intention, it's for a woman's standpoint to get to men who are serious. Because if he's really serious about it, you've been talking to him for 3 months, dating for him for 3 months. You say exclusively, that doesn't change whether or not he should know. Why become exclusive if you guys aren't heading down that path?
To be honest, that was his desire.
He wanted to become exclusive?
Yeah.
You didn't?
I might not have expressed it the way that he did, but yeah, that's
This is wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong.
okay.
It's all wrong. Women should be the ones pressing for relationship. Men should have set parameters. See, and I think one thing that people don't like about because I'll say what you guys are. I'm going on what you're putting out.
Okay.
At 30 years old, you want 3 kids. Hold your phones.
I'm just plugging it in because it's about to die.
Okay, but he wanted to be exclusive and you didn't?
No. Again, I think he was just the one who, you know, expressed it more aggressively. He's the one who initiated that conversation, is all I'm saying.
Okay. So if the world functioned right, who should be pushing that agenda forward? You or the man? Who should be pushing for relationship exclusivity?
I didn't know that was a responsibility of a specific sex party. You know.
It's usually women who push for exclusivity. That's how it's supposed to work.
So I was engaged last year, and I called off a wedding in November. So that would probably lead to the reason why I wasn't simply in a rush to push an exclusive relationship.
I always get there sooner or later, people. That's why I say you're not really being honest. Because you're saying you want to be married and have kids and all sorts of kind of stuff and time frames, but the bottom line is you're the holdup.
Okay.
That's fine. But know that you're the holdup. But
yeah, I mean, I would say I didn't date from November of last year when I called everything off until July of this year. So if I wasn't dating at all during that time frame, then certainly I was the holdup.
How long were you and your fiance together?
3 years.
3 years total?
Yeah.
And you called this off in November 2020?
Yes.
You're not gonna like what I'm about to say.
I know.
Did you have therapy?
Yeah.
Was it spiritual or was it clinical or was it actually clinical?
Clinical.
Because if you just called off an engagement and not even a year, roughly a year ago, there's a school of thought that says it takes about a third of the time to be even ready. And you're already in a full, yeah. Now it makes more sense. See, why'd you call it, but I'm curious, why'd you call it the engagement?
He got a woman pregnant.
Oh, damn, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Mm. Let me speak to that. Thank you for bringing this up. One of the few reasons I can honestly tell women to walk away. If the man you're with is reckless enough to get a woman pregnant, leave prior to marriage. If he's, I mean, that's like a non-starter. But I would just say that it makes sense that you might be hesitant, but for whatever the outcomes you really want, I would say be real honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself and ask, is this the part? Because if you want 3 kids to be married, you got to get on down the path.
Right.
And if he's not the man, you need to not be dealing with it.
Right.
Because human beings, the longer you deal with somebody, the harder it is to walk away. Was he your first relationship?
My ex?
No, the guy you're dating now.
He was the first guy like I seriously dated. Yeah, since I got back on the dating scene, yeah.
There's a school of thought that says he's a rebound. You know this. Anybody, I mean, and I've been in the rebound position too. It's not a good position to be in, where somebody's coming out of a serious thing. The next person is like, it's called the rebound for a reason. It's the first thing you did after you're supposed to get married until he popped up with a baby. So this person is the first time you decide to open yourself back up. It's like you're walking all over again. I'm just saying he might not be the one. So just be honest with yourself. And if he's not, and you were dating multiple people, and he was dating multiple people, then don't become monogamous, because whether you agree with how the conversation went or not, you guys have been exclusive for a month, right?
Right.
In 2 months, it's going to be in this 3-month period anyway. A decision is going to have to be made. And if you let this man take you home for Thanksgiving and call or tell people I got a girlfriend exclusively, and if you accept this man's Christmas presents, you know and if you're not wanting to marry him, don't go with him for Thanksgiving, cut it off before Christmas. So you got some soul searching to do, Mom.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, ladies, this is a time of year where you ladies need to be honest with men, because this is where men invest a lot of time and a lot of money. And guys ain't just taking them losses like they used to. But I appreciate it. Have a good evening.
All right.
This woman comes on Kevin Samuels' show saying she wants to find a man and settle down. She's talking about marriage, commitment, all the things that sound like she's ready for real love. But as Kevin starts to ask questions, the truth starts to come out, and it's a different story. Turns out she was just recently engaged. She was in a relationship for 3 years, and they were supposed to get married, but she called off the wedding. Why? Because her fiance got another woman pregnant. Kevin picks up on something immediately. She says she's ready, but her energy says otherwise. He sees right through it. He tells her you're the holdup, not the men, not the dating scene, you. Because the truth is she hasn't healed. She's still emotionally caught up in that betrayal. And Kevin breaks it down. You can't build a future while dragging around broken pieces from the past. You're not looking for a husband. You're looking for closure, and that's not fair to the next man who comes into your life. Kevin keeps it real. He tells her you had a man, you had a ring, but when things got hard, instead of healing, you've stayed stuck. And now you want another man to come in and fix what someone else broke. That's not readiness. That's rebound energy. She wants marriage, but she's moving like someone who still hasn't processed what happened. And Kevin tells her exactly what she needs to hear, not what she wants to hear. Until you let go of that past, you're not going to attract what you say you want. Classic Kevin, no sugarcoating, just the raw truth.